Welcome to Tulsa Titans, highlighting our local business professionals who are making an impact. Very excited today. I've got a longtime friend and professional, Paula Beck with Beck Design. Paula, can you get us started just by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've been with Beck Design for 22 years, and I've been in the industry for, I don't know how long, maybe 40. That I do our marketing and a little bit of everything, actually.
When as you and I were talking, almost everybody's industry's changed, but you guys have kind of gotten laser focused since the last 2 years of change have happened to everybody. Do you see yourself as a professional? Are you moving away from time spent in certain areas and giving your time to other things?
Yes, definitely. I think that from a marketing perspective, our approach is completely different. Well, number one, currently recruiting is one of my top jobs, but in marketing, in that perspective, we're trying to match our skill sets and our experience to the type of clients we were looking for. Because I would say 75% of our clients and projects are repeat clients. So we find the right match with the people that we want to work with and people that want to work with us. And then we develop a long-term relationship, and it works so well. And we've sort of, as I was saying earlier to you, we've kind of strategically looked for that part of the market that we're best at. And we've kind of honed that. And we're doing a lot of performing arts, a lot of higher ed, just a lot of more high-tech type projects.
That's wonderful. Yeah, and I like the philosophy, and it works well for us that you can't be everything to everybody.
No.
You got to niche down and know what you're good at. Now, we were talking about, and I think everybody's struggling with this, just hiring, with as many that have been sitting on the sidelines and kind of what a feeding frenzy it is around hiring. Are you guys seeing some success because you're so specific with the way that you run your interviews and getting the right people for your culture?
Yes, it's gone really well in that regard. The people that we end up talking with that are interested in joining us are people that are looking for a more challenging building type and more high design projects. They don't want to work on the repeat type work that's like prototype design. So they want to be on that team that does some things that are really challenging. And so that's what we try to find people that are, we call them good thinkers. Not necessarily just designers, but people that know how to think through things. And that doesn't have an age restriction or any kind of restriction. It's basically just having that mind of problem solving.
No, that's wonderful. Yeah, we have some specific questions driven because we're a service company too, right? But that requires active listening and some specific characteristics. So we build that into some of our interview process as well. I think everybody will be interested. You and I were talking, you've been there for over 20 years. You guys are a very strong small business. You choose to stay around that size and you've done very, very well. It's a very hard thing to do. What do you do as a professional on a daily basis to ensure that you guys are successful? Do you have a ritual or something that you think about?
Well, I'll tell you that I think that Dawn and I have a really strong faith. And we don't hide that from our staff. We don't try to make everyone believe the way we do. But I think our faith in the faith in our in God, and also our faith in our people. We highly love our people. We know their families. We socialize with our staff, not a lot, but enough to get to know them, so that they feel like they know us and they know the type of people we are. And that trickles down into how we treat our clients. We're the same way with our clients. So I think that has a lot to do with our success. Is number one, our faith, our people, those two things.
That's wonderful. And I'm not shy about it either. I'm a believer. And we post it absolutely everywhere, but it does help with our culture and it helps with the people that we hire. It helps with retention. We have a belief in going deep with people and being there with them through the highs and the lows. And I know with over 20 years of experience, just with the same company, you guys have had some lows. You've lost some clients. There's been some hard seasons. And so how does your faith play a part in that? And how do you remain optimistic?
Well, I believe that there is a plan for everything. And when we lose projects, win projects, things get tough, we know that there's always a plan. So we figure that around the corner, there's a new plan. So I think the key is just staying strong in your belief and never letting your people feel that there's no hope. It's just like anything, like raising your children. You always have hope. And I'll tell you another thing that really helps us is we're completely transparent with our staff. When things get tough, we say, hey, you know, things are going to be a little tough with COVID. So don't give up on us. We're going to take care of you, but the bonuses might be smaller this year, or the 401k might be frozen. That we communicate every management philosophy openly with our people, and they feel like they have say so. And I think that helps. I do. It may scare some people, but and it's not for everybody, but we try to sugarcoat it a little bit so we don't like scare the hell out of them, you know.
Yeah, those are tough conversations to navigate. Do you guys just communicate that by bringing everybody in? Do you have constant management meetings? What's that look like for you?
We have weekly strategic planning meetings with the management team, and then we have bi-weekly staff meetings where we talk about things that are going on, but we also, since we have 2 locations, we try to keep that communication back and forth. But we do it in group meetings usually. We do reviews every 6 months, talking about progress and how things are going for them. What can we do to help them reach their goals? I just think communication is number one.
Yeah, an upside to that, COVID's been difficult, but multi-site's the same way. Everybody's not at the same site all the time. How have you guys, over your career seen technology change that? And what are some of the good things that you can leverage because of it?
I think COVID made us be a little bit more conscious of keeping the team together. So we had, during the pandemic, we had weekly meetings where everybody rolled into, no matter how they looked, they got on this, we made them get on the camera. And we had Christmas party via Zoom. We had all kinds of creative things to really engage people. And we still do that. We have a Christmas party where it's entire family. We go rent a ranch and everybody spends the night with their kids with us. We have a third Thursday once a month where we do happy hour. We turn it off at 4 o'clock and just hang out. Sometimes spouses come. I think we've just managed to continue that. And when you become 100-person firm, you lose that. You just do. I mean, there's no way to keep it. And I think that is by design for us. We will always be a firm that knows our people and their families.
Yeah, I think it's a place too, with as hard as things are and why you guys have had such great retention, that people want to show up and they're happy to be there. They're happy to kind of follow the mission. What are some other things that you do to really distill your values and the core of who Beck Design is to all your employees?
I'll have to think about that one. I think we allow people to voice their opinion. I was telling you earlier, I was doing a little research about what people want in their job and what they want, what keeps them in the same place. And a lot of times it's management. They don't feel like they have an open voice to the management team. And so now we have a second level from owners, which I think all firms do, where we have senior associates. Well, they develop the program for the associates. They decide what we do to honor someone for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years service. So I think engaging them in decision making and giving people a voice. I mean, even if you're unhappy with your job, most people don't want to talk to the boss about it. But we feel, no one does actually. But we feel like because of our communication and just hanging out, if someone's not happy, you'll know about it. And you can help them determine what's the cause. So I think that answers your question.
No, it does. That was a great answer. I think very helpful for anybody listening. And then just across your career through the ups and the downs, and then just the ever changing. That's a long time to be at one place. Things have changed. Technology's definitely changed for your industry. Who are some people along the way that really helped you that you admire?
I would have to say, and I know this is hokey, but my husband, he had this company. He started when he was 27 years old. He paid his way through college. He worked with Bruce Goff, which is an amazing designer, and he is the most down to earth, unassuming, humble person you will ever meet, who has designed some amazing buildings. And we've actually had people, this is funny, he doesn't like to hear this, but that that are upset when they don't get to work with him because he's a lot of fun. Now, can he be a little off color? Yeah. But that's what makes him fun to work with. He just says what's on his mind, and he's an inspiration to me, that someone can work as hard as he did to get where he is, and he's still humble.
No, that's awesome. You're probably a blessing to him, because I can be a little transparent as well. My wife has other words for it, but she helps kind of from the back guide me and kind of correct me on some of those conversations.
Yes, we do that too. We have fun working together too. Some people ask me, how in the world can you work with your husband every day? I'm like, it's fantastic. I mean, do we ever not agree on subjects? Of course, but we never really get disgruntled at work. We both have the same goal of taking care of our people. And when you take care of your people, they take care of the projects. It's just the way it works.
In our audience, I know that they're big readers. Are there books over your career, or some things you've dug into recently that you would suggest people pick up and read?
I've read, not all the way through, but Good to Great is a good business book to read. How to keep, it's easy to get stagnant in the way you do business, especially as you get this age like I am. So you want to constantly be thinking about what are younger people thinking, and how do I make this place better and sustainable? Sustainable business, that's a big deal. And that's a good book by James Collins. And then I have the book that I love, that is Seeing Beautiful Again. We've been through so many negative things over the last few years. And this is like a devotional type book. It's Lisa Turkers. I don't know if I can say her name right, but it's about her path and what she's done to stay positive and keep focused on the good things. And sometimes you can get sucked into negativity. We all do. And so for me, that's just my ritual, is reading something positive in the morning when I get up. But as far as business, Good to Great is an excellent book.
No, that's wonderful. And your ritual, so doing something positive in the morning. Have you heard of the Pause app?
No.
It's
write that down.
1 minute pause, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So John Eldridge wrote Wild at Heart for Men, but he did this meditation app, and he's done it for a couple of years. He just turned it into a 30-day mind reset because of everything everybody's gone through, and really controlling where you give your hearts, and starting with gratitude. And it's a morning and night 30-day thing. And he's got all of his 1 and 3 minute stuff in there too, that I think is fantastic. I used to use, I have a busy mind. So when I go up to a meeting, to kind of cut off all the calls and everything going on and really focus on where I was going, I was using the 1 minute one, and it'd clear everything out and just kind of humble me. But just give me clarity to walk in and really focus with the client, because my mind goes 1,000 miles an hour. But I think you'd really like it. It's the 1 minute pause. It's an app. So it's a white background with just a black pause symbol. I'll send it over to you, but it's been a huge blessing on exactly what you were talking about.